Well, God bless you. This is Apostle Crawford. I tell you, God bless you. This is Apostle Crawford. Let me put this earpiece in so I can give you some frontline report. For those of you that are out there, you know me, and right now we're dealing with winning souls, and the Bible says, "He that winneth souls is wise." And so many times the devil infiltrates the souls that God has sent into the church to do the work of the ministry. For those that God has called to be a blessing, the devil has infiltrated them, and some of you pastors out there know what I'm talking about. You can relate to saints that will come to the church and tell you that God sent them there, and God told them to be part of your ministry and do the work of the ministry, and in about a week or two, they're gone. And we know that's not God. We know God is not a God that changes his mind like that. We know that's not God. So we know that's the work of the enemy. And so what we need to do is we need to pray for those that God is sending over to the church. And we need to pray ahead of time to pray for those that God's truly sent into the church, because the enemy is infiltrating the saints of God. He's finding loopholes. He's finding weak spots. He's finding places to enter into their lives where they can come in and lie in the church. And they don't know they're lying. They think they're telling the truth. That's why they had about they done been through 5 churches this year. And we just got to the middle of the year, and they done been in 5 churches already. And one of the churches they've been to was yours. And they've come in and they told you, God told me to come over here and play the keyboard. God told me to come over here and be an intercessor. God told me to come over here to be a minister. And next thing you know, they're there for a few minutes and boom, they're gone. Like God just changed his mind. Well, I'm here to tell you, God don't work like that. That's the work of the devil. And until we realize that the devil is infiltrating the saints of God, and I stand in agreement with the word of God and the word of God only. The word of God says in Ephesians 6 and 12 says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and rulers of darkness of this world and spiritual wickedness in high places. Notice that the Bible tells you that we're not fighting against people. So all people are doing is people are opening, they got portals, doorways open, that Satan is able to come in and infiltrate them and come in and use them against the church and cause them to come in and lie on God. Don't you know that's a lie you're telling on God? When you sit up there and say God sent you here to do a work and you leave, you just lied on God. You just lied and said God told you to do something that God never told you to do. If God told you to go there, you're supposed to stay there. You're supposed to do the work. And then when God's time for you to be released, he'll let you know. God is not a God that tell you come one week and next week no one ever see you again. That's not God. So I'm telling you, the Bible even showed us with Peter. Peter got infiltrated because Jesus had just told Peter, he said, upon this rock I build my church and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And next time you look around and you're reading in the scriptures, here's Jesus telling Peter, he says, Satan, get thee behind me, for thou savest not the things of God. Now, that just show you that no one can get away from what Satan is doing unless God has his total hand upon you and you're constantly being prayed for and you're aware that your portals are shut. That's why we have prayer warriors and intercessors going in praying for you so they can shut those portals. We got people in the church right now thinking they're holy and mighty, and they're being used by the devil to try to tear down the inner structures of the church. They don't know they're doing it. Oh, no, they don't know they're doing it. They don't know that the devil is using them to tear it down, but they're trying to tear down the fibers of ministry, because the devil's got to use the church folks. He can't use the people out there in the world. We're not going to let the people in the world come in. Who can do the most damage to you? No one but the ones closer to you. And that's the ones that's closer to you that's going to be able to do the damage to you. So I'm just giving you a part of this because we're going to be talking about this a little bit more. But if you'd like to come out and hear more about how to stay safe in a godly environment and in a godly church, you need to come out and visit me. Visit me on tomorrow, Friday night at 7 o'clock at Shekinah Glory Healing and Perfecting Center. That's 6638 South Cottage Grove Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. That's at 7 o'clock tomorrow at Shekinah Glory Healing and Perfecting Center, 6638 South Cottage Grove Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. You need to meet me there because we're going to be talking about some things that's going to bring you out of what you're going through so you can get a breakthrough. We got people that will pray with you. We're casting out devils. We're healing. We're operating out of the spirit of healing the sick. We're operating out of the power of God. This is a Bible teaching church. Shekinah Glory Healing and Perfecting Center is a Bible center. We teach the word. We stand on the word. We don't play with the word. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with the word. We don't play with the words. If you're looking for a candy-coated church, then you go down the street. Don't come over here. Because we're not looking for candy-coated Christians. We're looking for folks that are saying they're ready to be used for God, used for the glory of God. So let me get ready to get off of here. This is Apostle Melvin Crawford saying, until we meet again, may God's riches and best be yours.